Everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to another episode of 10 p.m. University. So today I'm going to talk about the 5 reasons why schools should teach entrepreneurship to kids, right? As a kid growing up, right, I never had an opportunity to learn about entrepreneurship in my school days, right? No one talked about entrepreneurship. Even today, I've noticed very few schools talk about entrepreneurship. All the teachers, right? Oh yeah, you know what? Study hard, go and get a job, right? Which is fine. But I can tell you one thing: you will never gonna be a rich. You'll never gonna hit the chart of that's $1 billion mark when you go and work for someone. It's very rare. It's very exception, right? So it's very important that I believe it's my personal opinion that the kids should learn entrepreneurship from the very young age, and the school should play a very important role to teach kids about entrepreneurship. So the point number one, right? They will handle failures at a young age, right? So we've been told, in school, you might remember, you might recall your school, play safe, stay in the lane, don't try to do things which will make you a failure, right? That's actually a very wrong advice in my opinion, right? A kid should be encouraged uh, to handle complex challenges, right? They should be encouraged to take risky things at times. Risky means not the life-threatening things I'm talking about. The things which they will eventually fail, but they will learn from their failures, right? We should not encourage kids to not to take risk in their life, right? It's very important that they understand how to handle failures from a very young age, because the moment they learn that trick of handling failures at a very young age, they will carry that confidence throughout their life, right? And we need to create a society where our future generation should not be scared about taking risks, should not be scared about dreaming big, right? So that's one of the reasons why entrepreneurship is very important. If we teach our kids, the school kids or our future generation, the importance of entrepreneurship, they will understand that, right? It's okay to fail, right? No one will penalize you if you fail, right? Failures, no one will call you failure just because you failed a task, or you decide to take a risk and you decide to choose a route which leads to a failure. That's fine, because every failure is a step closer to a success, right? So if you don't encourage our kids to take risk, we will never able to build a strong confidence in them, right? It's very important that our younger generation, the kids, should understand how to handle failures. That's where the entrepreneurship comes in the picture. Entrepreneurship teaches you how to handle failures in life, right? Because as an entrepreneur, right, you will encourage failures, a lot of failures, right? It's not an easy road. You will hit roadblock probably every single time you try something new, right? But that's the beauty of entrepreneurship, right? Right. The point number two, which I believe is very important, is that we often been told that it's good to follow your passion and dreams, right? But imagine that if you could have an opportunity from the very young age to find out what exactly you're passionate about, rather than waiting till you grow older, right? So that's where the entrepreneurship comes into picture, right? If you teach a child about the qualities of being an entrepreneur, right, the kid will go and try to do stuff, and he or she will fail. Then they try something else. Then again, they might fail. Then they try something else. And then finally, with the permutation and combination, they will figure out, aha, this is what exactly I wanted to do in my life. This is exactly what I'm passionate about. This is exactly what I think I can build my career, build my future from it, right? So it's very important that we should encourage kids to learn to pursue their passion, and entrepreneurship is one of the discipline, I would say, that which encourage and motivates everyone around the world to to figure out what exactly they wanted to do, right? Because it's not an easy route. Let's accept the fact. It's not an easy route like eating a cheeseburger, right? It's not easy like eating a ice cream or whatever, right? Whatever you call it is easy. It's not an easy route. And entrepreneurship, being an entrepreneur, is never an easy. If it's easy, everyone will become an entrepreneur, right? But that's not the case. we need to educate it. We need to teach our kids the importance of being an entrepreneur, as well as the challenges that comes with along with being an entrepreneur, right? Point number three is that they will learn how to network with people, right? You all know, right? If you are someone who works in a corporate culture, how important it is to network with our people. Networking will do a lot of good for you, right? You can find a job using networking. You can help someone else using your networking, right? Using your contact. LinkedIn is one of the the most popular networking, social network, professional networking site. Then we have Facebook and all kind of stuff, right? For other stuff, right? I'm talking in terms of professional networking. So if you're gonna teach someone entrepreneurship, right? The first thing you should teach someone is how to network with people, right? This is very important. How to connect with someone using emotional intelligence, and that's one of the skills an entrepreneurship uh, discipline will teach you, right? If you're going to be an entrepreneur, right, it's very important to know how to network with people. Imagine a child learning that at a very young age, right? The importance of doing networking with other people. And a person will know how to influence others, how to make friends. His or her professional as well as personal life will improve, because the person will know enough knowledge about how to influence someone, how to influence his friends or families in a positive way, right? And influence the society as the kid grow up, right? So this is one of the reasons why I believe that entrepreneurship is very, very important discipline and should be taught in school, right? Point number four. A kid will learn how to value time and money. We all know that time is the most important currency in your life, right? I've seen people, they waste most of the time using meaningless stuff which doesn't bring any advantage. I didn't mean to offend someone, but I'm just saying the fact, right? If people know how to invest the time and money wisely, right, the world would have been a very different place, right? We wouldn't have no concept of poverty in the world. We will know we will see a lot of innovation coming out, but that's not the case, right? We will see a lot of people, they complain that their life is not going very well. At the same time, you see they're wasting 10 hours of the day playing games and watching Netflix, and then complain, look, my life is not going anywhere. Of course, it's not going to go anywhere because you're not investing your time in the right way, right? You're just not using your time and money in an efficient way, right? That's where the entrepreneurship comes in the picture. It will teach someone how to use your time and money wisely. Right? I've seen people, right, when they have no, I don't mean to name anyone, but I've experienced with people in my life, when you say commit to a time, they don't stick to it. Entrepreneurship will teach you how to ignore those people from their life, no matter it's painful, but at times people who give no importance to your time, it's better to let them go, because your life, you don't need those people in your life because they are adding no value, because someone who give no respect to your time, do you think that they're going to give respect to their own time and money? No, right? So it's better to say adios to those people. It's going to do a lot of goods to you in your life. So entrepreneurship will teach you these skills, right? They will teach a child, they will teach our younger generation how to give more importance to the time and money they have, right? Because it's very important to give importance to money, right? Because let me be very honest with you, right? Our school system teaches absolutely nothing about money, right? They teach you, oh yeah, play safe, go and get a job, right? But what's that gonna get you? It's not gonna get you anywhere, right? Think about a scenario, right? I was reading about Elon Musk, right? He said the only reason he decided to start his own company because no one wants to hire him. Imagine if someone hired him, right? He would have been making like 200K, but now today he's the 10th richest man in the world, right? If you want your son or daughter or whoever, right, enter the chart of top 10 billionaires, then you need to teach them entrepreneurship. They will never become a top 10 billionaire by working for someone. It's unless they are someone like a Steve Ballmer, which is an exception, right? You may become a CEO of a company, make 500 million, right? But I mean, it might be sufficient for someone. But if you're someone who wanted to have a lot of influence and power, then you need to know how to be an entrepreneur, right? And entrepreneurs are innovative, right? Entrepreneurs change people's life in a positive way, right? There are entrepreneurs which do bad stuff, but I'm talking about a 99% of the entrepreneurs who's doing amazing work for the society, for the people around them, and for themselves as well, right? So this is what we need to teach our kids, right? Hey kid, it's good to be an entrepreneur, because when you grow up, when you graduate from a university, you don't have to look for a job. You have a skill set, you have power in your hand to start something by yourself, right? I know it's difficult to start. It's not easy, because then there's an argument goes, right? Oh, okay, if everyone become entrepreneur, then who will work for someone? I tell you, it's not going to happen, right? Because our brain is not wired to do difficult stuff, right? It's like saying, someone told me, like, if everyone wants to study computers, who will do the other job? I'm gonna look around. That's right, 7 billion people, and we still need a lot of computer programmers in the world. Not everyone is interested in computer programs. Similarly, not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, right? But at the same time, schools and universities can do their part to teach our kids, our future generation, about entrepreneurship. I believe everyone should learn about entrepreneurship. Not only a kid, you're an old 80 or 90-year-old person, you should know about entrepreneurship, right? Look at KFC, right? It started by a person in the 60s, right? And there was a similar example. People started the business in their 70s, right? So no one's stopping you from doing anything, right? Age is just a number, right? So the reason why I wanted to talk about kids, because this is a common trend I've seen across the world, not only New Zealand, Australia, India, America, Sweden. They don't teach entrepreneurship to kids. Maybe it might be a bit different in some schools, but 90% absolutely no. They talk about accounting, which is like, but it, all then I haven't seen an accountant who's a billionaire. I mean, if you can show me something, I would appreciate it. Right. The last point I want to talk about, there will be a future job creators, right? Imagine, right? You're training someone to be an entrepreneur. They will create a job for, they will imagine a kid coming from a small town, right? And the town is struggling to, employ people. And the kid come up with an idea, look, I can do this, I can do that. Start a company, boom, you hire 1,000 people, right? And all of a sudden your town, from a sleepy town, it became a tech hub of the country, right? It can happen, right? It can, that's why entrepreneurs, not only tech, right? They can get into genome research. They can start a financial company, right? They can do a restaurant. They can do whatever, right? I'll just give you a tech example, right? You can start a, clothing business. You can do, you can start a supermarket. You can do a printing company. You can do whatever, right? You can do a crochet business, right? You can be you can start a brewery. You can be a manufacturing company. You can whatever, right? I mean, ideas are endless, right? If you are someone, all you have to do is that give them the tools, right? They will figure out themselves, right? We believe that, okay, they don't need it at this stage, right? The schooling system, right? Whatever schooling system we have in the world, they are not designed to create entrepreneurs. They are designed to create a people who work in a factory, right? It's an all industrial age education system. It does not do any good to anybody, right? You create like I remember when I graduated from uni, right? I had no desire to be an entrepreneur because no one taught me about entrepreneur, right? Most of my mates, they wanted to find a job. But imagine, right? A new generation after 20, 30 years where everyone coming out of the uni said, look, I wanted to start something new, right? Most of them will try once and they say, look, I don't want to, deal with it. At least I tried. Let me go and work for someone. That's fine. At least you tried. You're giving someone an opportunity and the knowledge to do something, right? They have the knowledge. It's up to them if they wanted to use it or not. But the problem is that we are not even educating our generation, the future generation about entrepreneurship, right? They talk about a lot of stuff, right? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, those things aren't supposed to be like you talk about, different things they teach in school. That's fine. That's important, right? But what are you going to do with that knowledge, right? People say knowledge is power. It's not. If you don't know how to use it, it's a waste of time. It's simple as that, right? You're gonna might as well, flush it off somewhere if you're not gonna use it, right? So if you're not gonna use your knowledge to improve someone else's life or to develop something, There's no point, right? You're just doing, doing the same job, and which can be done by machines, right? That's why I'm telling you, right? If you're not gonna teach our kids entrepreneurship, they won't have job, because artificial intelligence will kill most of the jobs eventually, and then all the manual jobs will go off, and then what? And then a lot of unemployment will rise. So it's not gonna be a rosy picture, right? So that's why it's very important that we should educate our younger generation about the discipline of entrepreneurship. It's very important. They can learn maths, they can learn English, they can learn French, they can learn Japanese, Spanish, German, whatever, right? That's fine. That's a skill. But the most important core skill you're not teaching, what to do with all the stuff you learn, right? How to make a living out of it, right? How to develop something, and how to market it, how to network with people, right? How to dream big. These are the important things, because they lay the foundation of the stuff, right? Just having, think about a mathematician, right? He can solve problem, but if you don't know what to do with his maths skills, there's no point, right? You can write down complex formulas on a board, right, on a piece of a paper, but if that formula is not going to help anyone, right, it's might as well, not write down at first place, right? Right. So, I mean, I didn't mean to offend anyone, right? I mean, if you're thinking that, my apologies. I didn't mean to do that. But I've been seeing a lot of trend, right, where people talk about, oh, I'm struggling to find a job. It's fine. And those who are very talented people, it's not that. And I've seen at the same time, right, people coming up with the great idea of starting a company, and boom, they become like millionaires. And then the other person said, oh, our rich people are bad. No, it's not. They're not bad. They know how to use the skill in the right way. That's all they did. They know how to market it. They know how to step out of the comfort zone. And we need to give more importance to rich people in the life, because the more we give importance to rich people, right, the more entrepreneurs will be there in the world, and that will be good for the world, right? Think about a world where everyone is rich, right? So, no poverty, right? Everyone is doing amazing stuff. Our world will be an amazing place, no crime. Yeah, you might say life get boring, but I would choose boring, but than having a life full of crime, right? So yeah, think about it, right? And so entrepreneurship will help our kids to follow the right path. They will become independent. You don't have to worry about them getting into drugs or other kind of bad stuff, right? Because they have a purpose in their life. You're giving them a purpose. Everyone needs a purpose in their life, and entrepreneurship will give them a purpose, right? And that's what makes a difference, right? You will see, right? If you put this narrative in all the schools in the world, 30 years down the line, the world will be a completely different place. You will see innovation, growing at a very exponential pace. So think about it. If you're a parent, if you're a mother or a father, uh, think about it. How important is for you to teach your kid about entrepreneurship? I'm not saying that you need to take your child to a specific institution to teach them about entrepreneurship. There are a lot of online stuff out there, right? I mean, as a parent, you can do a lot of things. If the school is not teaching, it's a great place to start, right, from a home, to teach them about the importance of money, how to use the money wisely, right? And please do not teach your kids how to save money, because they will never become rich. Because why you want to save the money? Someone said, when the government is printing, millions of them, right? And dollar is losing value every day. I mean, you need to teach your kids about the importance of having an asset, right? How to build an asset, right? And that's one of the starting point. You can teach whatever the way about entrepreneurship. I just gave you an example, right? So that being said, that's all I wanted to talk today. I know that it might have offended someone. My apologies if I have by any way. That's not my intention, right? I mean, I just wanted to, give you information, what I feel, that how the society should, teach our kid in a little bit different way, right? So that being said, adios and greetings from New Zealand. Take care. Bye-bye.